A lot of people want to get their health on track, but don't know where to start. For our family, the #1 way has been having a smoothie every single morning. From our 10-month-old daughter all the way up to mom and dad, smoothies are the perfect answer as far as getting as much nutrient-dense foods in your body as possible. This smoothie project chart is something that I created last year. It's a great way to see all the different fruits, vegetables, dairy, extras, and proteins so that you can hand it to your kids or even for yourself to map it all out, pick the foods that you want in your smoothie, and make a combination that is not only delicious but also totally nutritious. But where do you start? Today's video is all about getting you on track and showing you some of the different combinations and foods that might be important in your body and for things that just taste the way that you want them to. So let's start with fruits. I buy tons of fresh and frozen fruits, but you don't always want to buy fruits that are gonna go bad. So I like to freeze as much as possible. I love putting bananas in smoothies because it not only adds a lot of potassium, but it makes them thick, creamy, but you can also freeze them. Bananas are an inexpensive food to get into your smoothie, but it also adds all that nutrition that you really need. So I take a ton of bananas on a parchment lined baking sheet, freeze them like this, and then I put them into freezer bags. So anytime you want to pull out a bunch of chunks to put in your smoothie, you're ready to go. You also want to buy frozen fruit in big bags if you're going to smoothie regularly because it's going to cost less. I like to buy organic also. So blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, mangoes, any of your favorite fruits. Now we're talking about sweet. We also love dates. You can add dates, honey, of course the banana is gonna sweeten it, but that's an important addition, especially if you're gonna be adding a lot of vegetables. We add frozen or fresh cauliflower, beets, carrots, kale especially, because you wanna get those greens in and those vegetables because your smoothie tends to taste sweeter when you have the fruits and it covers up some of the taste of vegetables that you might not like as they are, but once they're in a smoothie, they're phenomenal. Now let's go to some of the extras. Turmeric. Turmeric is great for inflammation, any kind of swelling in your body. Even when you have a cold, it'll help any kind of facial or body inflammation. But to make it really activate, you want to add a fat and a crack of black pepper to your smoothie. Might seem a little bit odd, but you're not gonna taste it, but it makes sure that it activates that fresh turmeric. So as far as the fat goes, I love nuts and coconut oil. It gives it a nice flavor, especially depending on whether you buy refined or unrefined. This one has a whole kernel and it's a rich nutty flavor that we love, but you can also get it with a neutral taste. Then we also always keep walnuts, lots of omegas. You're gonna hear that word a lot. You're gonna have almonds, so we always have raw almonds, but also cashews where you can soak your nuts. So I take nuts, I soak them overnight, just a little bit of water, and then I drain off the water so that the nuts are easier to blend and they're easier to digest too. For some people, it's hard to get selenium. So Brazil nuts, I always put 2 Brazil nuts every day in our smoothies, and that adds that selenium that's really important also for vegetarians. My son is a vegetarian, so I make sure to put the Total Omega Swirl. This is by a company called Barlean's. It comes in different flavors, pomegranate blueberry, orange, but just a little bit goes a long way, especially for getting those omega foods. Other omega foods are gonna be things like chia seeds, and for our chia seeds, I always freeze them. Hemp seeds and chia seeds, I like to freeze. They stay fresher longer in the freezer. Here's the hemp seeds. Packed with omega-3 fatty acids, really important to brain building and a good protein. Now that we're talking about protein, you've got your nuts, which can be great, especially if you're just looking for a totally clean tasting smoothie. Now let's talk protein powder. This is a pea-based, plant-based protein powder. Chocolate, vanilla, all kinds of great flavors. This one is for kids. It's a kid superfood powder. I mean, it doesn't mean adults can't have it, but it also includes lots of dehydrated vegetables in it too, but you don't taste it. It's got like a berry flavor. They also make one in chocolate. One food that I put into all of our smoothies every single day is bee pollen. Bee pollen is high in protein, it's an immunity booster, and great for seasonal allergies. I just buy a big thing of it, I add a half a teaspoon to everyone's smoothies, and when it whizzes up, it just gives it like a little bit of a sweet flavor, but again, it's masked by the fruits in the smoothie. Now let's talk probiotics. This is a probiotic powder that I really love. Probiotics are really important for the digestive system and lining the tummy. Make sure you have good gut health. So this is a probiotic powder, but you could also add kefir or you could add yogurt for your smoothies. For those people who really aren't getting enough greens, this is a great greens powder. Just add a scoop of it, and again, you really don't taste it, but you get a mega dose of those green vegetables in there. For those people who don't want to use a protein powder, we love cacao or cocoa powder. It's unsweetened, so you do need to add some kind of sweetener, like a date or some banana, but regular raw cacao with berries especially is absolutely delicious. Now, once you put all of your stuff in your smoothies, and again, refer to your smoothie project sheet, circle everything that you want to add the next day so you have everything ready in the morning to make smoothies really fast. You're gonna pour it coconut water or milk over your smoothie, or juice, or you can even do water, any kind of liquid, because you want to make sure that you puree your smoothie up really good, which takes me to the blender. When you decide that you want a smoothie, one of the most important things is the kind of blender you use. There's tons on the market. I use this one. It's great because it's really high powered, and that's important when you're gonna be grinding up really tough ingredients. That's it. This is the perfect way to start making smoothies every day. Take it easy on yourself, figure out 2 recipes that you really love and keep those ingredients on hand. Make it simple for yourself. For more fast, fresh, and easy recipes like this and more, check out Weelicious.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below telling me what is your favorite flavor of smoothie.